Good morning. Happy day 22. It is a breezy day. It's kind of cool, but like the breeze, once I get walking, I don't want to have my sweater. Took my first break for the morning. Had a protein bar. I actually got hungry this morning, so that's really good. That's a good sign, but it also makes me feel better because I didn't want to be too hungry in the woods, and I'm getting into a little bit of civilization. Pie Town doesn't have very many amenities, but it's a little bit better. It has two restaurants, and I have a box that I'm picking up. But I'm gonna stop at Davila Ranch, which also has showers, wash and dryer, and then it is 15 miles south of Pie Town. So we'll see how the day goes. I don't know if I'm gonna stop at Davila and then push 15 miles out to Pie Town. I don't know, it depends how Davila is, but happy day 22, a little bit chilly. Yeah, just some road walking on this dirt road here, and I got about a little bit over 5 more miles to Davila Ranch, so hopefully I make it by noon if I have my goal of like 10 by noon, but yeah. Just left Davila Ranch. That sign. I was able to shower, do laundry, eat potatoes and eggs and onions. Which happens, I just needed a jalapeno. That's what I eat almost all day, every day. Well, used to when I lived in DC, but yeah, that is like my favorite meal. And so that's all they have. They're like, we don't have food, we just have potato, eggs, and onions. It's like, this is food. They have a whole lot of canned beans, but most importantly, showers and washers and dryers, which is amazing. So I need to leave them a donation after I get out of here and get full service. They had a Wi-Fi, but something happened and like it started to act up. So not the best Wi-Fi, but everything else was amazing. Trying to hopefully make it another 10 miles so that I only have 5 miles to Pie Town tomorrow, since the mail is only open from 8 to 12. But I've only done 10 miles so far today, and they were heavy, but I was also pretty dirty. So hopefully it gives me a little bit of oomph, and then we'll see where I make it. Good morning, day 23. So last night I ended up leaving the Davila Ranch, as you saw, and walking another 10 miles, so a total of 20 miles for the day. 19.5 miles, just because I did have to find a camping spot by the side of the road, so and it was really tough because it's private property most of the way, but I found a spot. Not the greatest, but I was still able to get some rest last night. The plan for today is I am going to head into Pie Town, charge my battery packs because they're having like a hard time like staying charged. But I'll get the power cord today, hopefully at Pie Town. And then that's what 4.5 miles, I guess, from here. And then after that, I don't think I'll stay at Pie Town very long. I'll likely move on to the TLC Ranch, which is another 15 miles up the road, just because I am not hearing great stuff about the toaster house and all that, which I imagined it's nobody's there to keep up with it. So, but yeah, pretty much road walking for the rest of the day. Mail, resupply, just doing all the things that a town stop requires, and then I'll head out to the TLC Ranch later on tonight. I have made it to Pie Town. I think this little house to the right is the Toaster House. Famous, world famous Toaster House, I think. I'm gonna check it out and then see if I can charge a little bit at least, or go get my mail, come back, do some charging, all that stuff. But yeah, never mind, I don't think this one's the Toaster House. But someone's listening to music pretty loud. That's nice. Yeah, that's not the Toaster House, as it was. Alright, here it is. The Toaster House. There's some people in there, so I won't record. Alright, so I am just leaving Pie Town. I'm trying to make it 15 miles in to the TLC Ranch. It's a great little place, Pie Town, the Toaster House, it's cute. But yeah, here's a little bit about Pie Town. That's an RV park, a mechanic shop. I doubt that they're wild horses, but it's the first time I see a lot of horses out freely. Wind's getting up much. There's Mangus Outfitters. What is an outfitter? So it's funny that I saw those horses because I was just listening to an audiobook about the Comanches and how the tribe was and all that stuff. It's kind of a controversial book, so I won't mention the name, but it's I guess horses is what really helped out the Comanches or something like that. I'm not done with the book. I just started it yesterday. But aside from that, I've listened to a couple of other books that are pretty nice. That are, mostly kind of biographies or personal biographies by self-help books per se. One of them was highly recommended by, you guessed it, none other than Mr. Joe Rogan. It was pretty cool. It was pretty nice. It was short too. And so, yeah, I'm just thinking what other audiobooks I should download once I get to a decent Wi-Fi place. I was thinking The Art of the Deal. I mean, why not, right? Why not listen to it if he is the president and gives you an insight of what he's thinking too? So I might download that one. And then if you have any names of like any cool ones or funny ones but are like not fiction, because I don't like fiction books. I have the Elon Musk biography hard copy, so I don't want to download it because I stopped kind of halfway, and then so that one's out. But yeah, a good funny book. Maybe I'll look into it, a comedian autobiography or something. That would be nice. to listen to. Maybe download some music because I haven't downloaded any music either, so it's kind of quiet. So this is the sound that I listen to when I'm not listening to audiobooks. There is some serious land in New Mexico. Look at that. Rancho Tres Lagunas. I wonder if it does have 3 lagoons or lakes. Lagoons. Not to be confused with legumes. And then this other side, whoa, almost fell. This other side said, no hunting, no picking nuts, no hunting, no cutting wood. Yeah, so I wish I knew what a nut tree looks like so I can go and pick a nut from that tree, but I don't know how it looks like. So yeah, look at Tres Lagunas. Interesting that they talk about water when it's like the most scarce thing out here. But yeah, really pretty. I guess it's very deserty, but like not as so deserty, or like, you know, or Lordsburg Desert. But there's a ton of ranch land, and there's been several cars that have passed me by. So people live around here. I just don't know like what they make a living off of. I think they rent their land for hunting, because one of the ranches said hunting by agreement or something like that, which is kind of neat. I did see one elk, well, the back half of an elk. I've never seen a full elk. It was huge. I got scared and went away, but I wonder if that's what they're out here hunting, elk. I don't see what else. But that's the sign. And the gate is just like the other place, so you must just use it for hunting. And New Mexico is pretty popular for that, but I just don't know what they're hunting. I'll have to Google it once I get some Wi-Fi and see what the big game out here is. That hiker scared me when he passed me. He was like, hello. I didn't even see him coming. I even took a break. But almost to TLC Ranch. Here's the view. Sorry for the wind. Again, I carried way too much water, but I prefer it like that right now than to be flagging cars for water. That is home for the night. I'm still a little bit lopsided. I don't know how to get it better. There's days that I get it better, but then there's days that I don't. So this is called the TLC Ranch. And yes, it's in the middle of nowhere. That truck is super cute. And then here we got donations, asking for donations. They've got water. Ordered the night before, I don't know where. And then like a seating area. Alright, I'm gonna get everything set up and get into bed because it is chilly today.